Can you talk about how you feel right now?
Yeah, I feel a little bit excited, of course. Also grateful, thankful. I'm happy to be here. It's supposed to be like that, as we met as a coincidence, and yeah, I feel good.
Can you take off your hat and
Yeah.
drop it on the floor?
Yeah.
So can you talk about what your style says about you?
I wear a lot of camouflage and a military cloth. I'm always against war.
You're taking it back.
So I want to exactly take it back. I know that I'm peaceful, so I wear something that they took and said, look, this is, if you wear this is a war. And the colors, for example, that they took, the military took as his, which are colors. They're free.
So can you talk about assumptions that people make about you based on your appearance?
When I was 14, 15, I was a punk, and I always like to have that confrontation with the people that maybe think that I am something, and then I was pleased to show them that I'm something else what they think. So if you wear a Nero and you dress up in the punk rock style and you have green hair and rings everywhere, they think you are on the outside of the society, maybe that you are abusing drugs or alcohol, passing the borders always. The police stop me, they search my stuff, and I say, why do you do that? Yeah, because you look a certain way. So that's how you are treated then. So I then started to take, for example, out my nose ring, take off my earrings, and I had long hair always in all kinds of colors. I noticed, okay, let's change that and see what happens. Sometimes there are moments where you are not so strong, and that are the moments then when it's easier for oneself to maybe adapt a little bit, to not have this negative energy coming from the outside that you need to fight. It's a luxury in the end that I had green hair and all of that, which I can shave off. Somebody that has, I don't know, was born maybe with a certain skin color, he cannot just wash it off.
Can you talk about the other aspects of your life where you express yourself?
I always had the feeling that work or job was, in my case, something that I just do for the sake of earning money, and I wasn't able to find my real way. I did my internships in banks, and I knew I don't want to take part in the banking world, in the finance world.
How come?
How come? Because I understood that the way it's working is very unfair. There are two big systems, which are Reuters and Bloomberg, and these systems, they cost you, I don't know, maybe 30,000 euros or $50,000 a month. Somebody that doesn't have that money, he's not able to participate. It's a very hard macho world where you need to be somebody that is able to laugh about stupid jokes about women, pornographic things that for example, investment bankers type of guys, they send them to each other like the whole day. And I'm wondering, is there no work to be done? How do you have that time to do all that? There are these rituals also to go to maybe, strip clubs, and it's about, what table orders more of these enormous bottles, and the bills are just ridiculous. The dreams are very different than my dreams were, so I don't have only the dream to be able to buy an amazing car and to drink expensive champagne. Growing up, a lot of people, I had the feeling around me, they were telling me, this is what you should work for. And you have this business card where it says you are working for, Goldman Sachs. Then you did it. Then you are there. I left. I understood then, yes, this is not the world I want to be in, and I want to create something on my own. Now, 20 years later, I did what I wanted to do. And this place is called Soul Objects, which is basically something that I could have only created after having made all the experiences that I've been talking about. For example, we don't accept any cards. When you buy something from me, we are dealing with each other. I look into your eyes and you look into my eyes, and we shake the hand and we do business. And I don't understand why the third party needs to come and hold the hand up and say, hey, give me some share of that. We don't want to pay this extra money to the bank. I say, do I like you? No. Are we friends? No. Do you help me when I need help? No. So thank you very much. You stay over there. And what we do then is we take all of that and we hand it over to you. And that means we want to trust you. You can then take all the products that you have bought in our store and do something that is a very nice feeling. You can walk out the store without having paid yet. Or you can pay cash, or you take the products already with you and we will send you an invoice and you can wire the money. When I told our tax expert that we work with that we are going to do that and we are going to sell goods to our people that haven't paid yet and we let them walk away with it, he said, don't do that because people will not pay. And our experience from 4 years of doing that is that everybody paid. You have a 0 and you have 100% of trust with which you can start knowing each other. And for example, in Germany, I have the feeling we start with 0. And so you start with 100% of trust, it sticks with 100 because never anything happened where you say, why should I take it away? It's a matter of respect. It's a matter of saying, hey, you are trustworthy. It's a good feeling. And our world works exactly the opposite.
Can you talk about your biggest personal insecurity or struggle that you're working on overcoming?
I've been struggling my whole life with my character. I can be very calm on one hand, but I can also explode. So if something is very important for me, I try to express that with being louder. I destroy the possibility to communicate with somebody else because a lot of times then the whole conversation is only reduced to the point that my counterpart says, you are so loud. I notice also I have like these antennas, I have the feeling, I notice also maybe how somebody around me feels and I have difficulties to protect me from that. So if there are people around me that are very stressed and negative, for example, it's as if I suck all of that up. Before I always try to solve everything around me. I try to care more about other people sometimes than I had the feeling that I cared about myself. I have 7 brothers and sisters. And I always thought, I need to be good with all of them because they are my family. My parents are divorced and I always had this feeling, I think I need to bring all that somehow together again and make everybody feel good with each other. And I noticed that at one point it's not possible if the counterpart basically doesn't really look for it. Some of the relationships I don't do anything for it anymore. It's a different concept of how we want to live together and how intense we want to spend time together. What does it mean to be from the same mother and the same father? Or can I just have the same feeling with another person from another mother and another father and say that's my new family? And I obviously am a father and I'm wondering, what am I for them? What can I give them and what do they bring already? What do they have already and what role do I play? I want to respect their free mind. They have a lot of knowledge already. I try to accept their ideas and not interfere there too much, and at the same time I try to give them a guideline, and I have the feeling they are complete.
Going back to the beginning, when you were a kid, when you were like a teenager and you were like expressing yourself, were you supported in that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
By who?
By my parents, especially also by my father, with whom I spent more time than with my mother, because they divorced. The younger children, they stayed with my mother. And my older sister, she's decided to stay with my mother. And then I looked on one side, there are 5 children with my mother, and I look to the other side and I see my father sitting there. So for me it was easy No? So I said,
Because he was by himself?
yes, of course. I couldn't, I said, how can that, cannot be, so I go with my dad. He's not my father, only he's my best friend. He always gave me the feeling, even if I did something very wrong or something very bad or something that I could always count on him. Although we also had periods where we didn't talk to each other, maybe for 2 years, because of different mindset. And that is also part of, you know, having this trust. That's true love.
When do you feel the most vulnerable?
Yeah, with my wife, with my big love. We are not married, let's on the official legal basis. We are married, yeah, for my feelings. She's my big love, with whom I would like to be old with. Huh? And I know she's very romantic, and she would like to, you know, have this ceremony with the ring, the one she's always telling me about this ring. It's like already I get nightmares and about this ring. The pressure makes me feel vulnerable because obviously I know that also she is surrounded by a world where she sees her In Touch magazine or these kind of stuff, like it's like, wow, it's horrible. And it makes me feel like, oh shit, you know, like these guys, they are far superior in certain aspects. Then the muscles are pumped up, they look amazing, and then they even offer all these goodies anytime, you know, a ring for 250,000 and this and that. I know, first of all, why I don't open up these magazines, because they only make you feel ugly and bad. So I know also that it's enough maybe if I make a little ring out of paper. I'm still trying to find the way how I can get there. So we will get there at some point.
When was the last time you cried?
When my grandfather died. He was for me very important in the sense of him and my grandmother. They showed me that you can stick together as a couple until the end. They explained me also what love means. Yeah, and love does not mean that you have a great time with each other always. Love does not mean that it's exactly all that butterflies and yoo-hoo and wow and he's so amazing. It's also you are such an asshole. So they stick together for about 60 years. Maybe the first 15 years were nice, and then came 20 years of horrible time. And from there is another 25 years that were amazing. The beauty overweighs, and that's the essence of it. Today in our society, the easier solution is just to switch and get divorced, and so that is the easy way. But I don't believe in that it is the best way. I believe in the other one. And I like the other one also. I like also the dark side, that it's not always only nice with each other, but it's a great value if you take a decision to stick with each other.
Can you take off your shirt?
Yeah.
Why in your body, in your skin, in your journey, why is it a good place to be?
Because I'm happy. Now maybe I can start. I can cry because I have a wonderful family. I'm healthy. When you give me the chance to have other people listen to even what I say, me as who I am, I can say I'm the luckiest man on earth today.
This is my mom, Elisa.
And this is my daughter, Lily, and we're the creators of StyleLikeU.
Join our movement for self-acceptance by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and buying our new book. Right, Mom?
Yes. It's amazing.